You're watching the Watch ESPN app on ESPN. My name is Dave Vincent. It's the World Three-Wall Ball Outdoor Handball, Racquetball, and Paddleball Championships. We have Molly Jean Trotter courtside here in Las Vegas. Molly, what's up?
Hey guys, I'm here with John, aka Rookie. Now we switched balls up here on the three-wall game over here. So John's going to tell us the difference between a big ball and a small ball. Now John, tell me the difference.
Well, this ball is small and it's pretty soft and it's easy to pick up. It's a lighter game and it's a great volley game. This ball is heavy and it's intense and it's a great workout. It's the equivalent of lifting weights. It's a very fast game. It's a faster game than this. The ball moves faster and it's heavier. It's a light game and it's very easy to pick up and learn.
So what's the biggest difference when people are watching the game to how does it change the pace of the game between the two balls?
Well, this ball is significantly faster than this one. This one is light and you have more volleys with this one. As opposed to this one, it's a service game.
So which one is easier to play with if people want to pick it up?
Well, it definitely is the big ball. This is an easier game to play with, and we're hoping to get it into the Olympics.
All right, great. Anything else the folks at home that don't know the difference between these need to know?
Well, if you want to start a game, you start with this one first and then this one. They're both great games, great health benefits.
All right, great. Thanks, John. Back to you guys.
I don't think, Dave, I've ever heard the two games discussed so well, and the differences.
Well, what people don't know is that's probably the greatest handball player to ever play the game.
He's absolutely amazing.
Unreal, and he's describing in sort of a Marion Spot went walking one day sort of format. But I guess that's what you have to do with handball. It's probably the easiest sport to learn, and yet sometimes it's complicated to explain how it's played. Yeah, that was ton of fun right there. With John Rookie Wright, who gave us the explanation. And a lot of people say, well, Rookie, what does he know about a small ball? That guy's a big ball player.
Well, here comes the punchline. Here comes the finish.
Former small ball, one wall national champion.
Yes, I was waiting for that.
Well, I mean.
And a former one wall, big ball national champion many, many times over, as well as king of the courts. He's won everything there is to win. He's dominated the game for nearly 2 decades.
And he finally got on ESPN, and he did it with the explanation of which ball is what. As we get ready now for Samson Hernandez and Ricardo Ruiz, who will be here, bottom bracket semifinals, as they are now ready. And we have our referee, I assume, that will get them on to this show court. We're going to take a 1-minute break back in the booth, and we'll be back. Stick around 1 minute for this bottom bracket semifinal with the World Players of Handball on the Watch ESPN app.
Really? Buzz, what's up, man? You left some leaves burning out here.
Yeah, I just just came in just for a second.
Come on, man. If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. You could torch the whole neighborhood.
It's a good point there, Smokey.
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
We're just about ready for our second men's big ball pro singles semifinals here. It's Juan Santos, the 2-time defending champion, already in the finals, and he's awaiting the winner here between former doubles partners Samson Hernandez and Ricky Ruiz. Now, we just heard from Rookie Wright, who's one wall's greatest star. Samson Hernandez here, Dave, in the light gray shirt, is three-wall big ball's biggest star. He's the #1 player. He's won 2 out of 4 stops this year. He's only been defeated by Juan Santos in the history of his Players' Cup career over 12 events. The guy brings just an unbelievable level of intensity and skill. He's a true champion, Dave. He's gone up against Ricky Ruiz, who's established himself as one of the top 4 stars in this game as well. Should be a great battle.
0-0. Point. Side
Samson
out.
a little slow there, Dave.
Yeah, you said it earlier. For those at home that don't know, Ricky Ruiz wearing the dark gray and Samson Hernandez with the lighter color.
Side out.
This is best 2 out of 3 to 15 tiebreaker, also to 15, and virtually every shot ends with somebody earning a point.
Having a hard time catching this ball, but Dave, both these guys are sponsored by Edel Handball. They're both on Team Edel proudly. Of course,
One plays one.
Edel Handball is our title sponsor for our indoor Race for 8 Pro Tour, doing amazing things for
Point.
handball. So make sure that you go to edelhandball.com and get everything you need from gloves,
Two plays
shirts,
one.
and eye guards. And balls.
Side out. Two plays two. Side out. Three plays two. Point. Four plays two. Side out.
Ricardo back at 3-4.
Three plays four. Point.
Ricardo Ruiz has both of his brothers here supporting him, Dave, and they're two of the most
Four
vocal
plays
fans in the sport. And that will help him. Samson always travels with an entourage. His dad telling me that wherever Samson plays, the crowds follow. That's a direct quote from Mr. Hernandez.
Side out.
I like how Ricky stayed down there, gave Samson the shot. It was still going to be a tough shot for Samson to make, but he made it nonetheless.
Five plays four.
Ricky had to go straight down the right there.
Point.
He's upset with himself there, Dave. He should be. Had an easy point on his hand.
Six plays four. Side out. Five plays six.
Surprisingly, Dave, we haven't seen Samson on the show court. Just so many matches.
Side out.
Hasn't made it out here yet. His last performance on the show court, a dismal one of the worst of his career in the finals of last year's event. But right now, Dave, he doesn't look
Seven
fresh.
plays five.
And it's not as though he's had a lot of hard matches either. His legs look a little heavy to me right
Point.
now, Dave.
First
Ricky
time
now
out.
calls his
60
first time out.
seconds.
Ricky won that unbelievably emotional match when we picked up the broadcast at 6 p.m. Pacific time. You saw him win that thrilling tiebreaker. That forced him to spend a lot of energy. And, you know, maybe he's feeling the effects as well.
Yeah, that's I think just late in the day action from anybody
Yeah.
is really going to get probably not the best from that person unless they've been back in their hotel room icing down or trying to stay out of this heat. A lot of these guys are playing multiple divisions as well. This isn't just only
Yeah.
a small ball professional. We have a few hundred people in this tournament, and they've got multiple divisions. They're playing multiple ways, and it's just, Dave, I'm telling you, it's tough.
No, you don't have to tell me. I know it. But, you know,
10 seconds.
we've seen crowds so energetic and so into these matches, but we're not seeing that right now, and I think it's affecting the quality of play. I think the players feed off of that crowd, and right now the crowd's not giving them anything, Dave.
Ricky,
Yeah.
you
I mean,
have
when
2
you're a pro
timeouts
athlete,
remaining.
you're performing for that crowd. You're an
8
entertainer.
plays five. Point.
Such a contrast to last year, Dave, when we
9
saw
plays five.
an unknown come out and play Samson in this very round, and there was just so much hype and excitement. Little different story here tonight.
10 plays five. Side out. 6, place 10. Point. 7, place 10. Point.
That was a nice
Those are
little
the kind of points Ricky needs to score.
Yeah.
Serve and shoot.
8, place 10.
quick underhand paddle from Ricky. Oh, and that's another one now at 9 to 10. There's a lot of people in the stands, but they're just not the rowdy people that we saw earlier. And
well, you know, Dave, I think that the fans of both these players are the same people. I mean, these guys play together, and their fans are fans of both of them, so they're respectful, and that's why you're not seeing the vocal support.
10, place 10.
You're right, both of these guys are from LA County, and you just don't root against if you're from LA County.
Point.
Sampson will need a timeout here.
Earlier we saw an OC versus LA. Now you see Ricky getting a little bit more confidence here.
11, place 10.
You're starting to see the crowd start to fill up a little bit, get a little bit more vocal. Uh-oh, Ricky has a setup. He goes for it, gets it, and now at 12 to 10 against Sampson the Great.
Timeout, Sampson.
No complaint
60
there from
seconds.
Sampson. Was that, you don't think he was obstructed there, going for that kill?
I think Sampson would have done the same thing either way.
Okay.
But we'll
Let's
take a
just
look
take
at
a
it
look.
here. I like our referee calling Sampson Samsung, like he's part of the Android system.
Yeah.
Here's the play here. That's where Sampson makes a mistake. Leaves it up. Ricky puts it in front of him. There was a glitch. Sampson, if he was obstructed, certainly didn't ask for it from the
Yeah, I
referee.
mean, I was surprised he didn't ask for it because I think he had a chance at that ball. I mean, I've seen him make more difficult gets than that.
He didn't argue it. Quite surprised.
Time in. Samson, you have 2 timeouts remaining. Score is 12, place 10.
And Dave,
Point.
you expect Sampson to turn it up at some point, but it's Ricky Ruiz turning it up. He's won 6 consecutive points.
13, place 10.
Yeah, that ball was way in. That was way in.
Samson, I saw the ball good. Do you want to appeal?
Dave, that was on the line or inside of it, and you can get a good look at it right here. I mean, this is not even in question. Yeah, it's inside the line.
Let's go back on that replay. We can actually
ball.
play it backwards.
Yeah, it was way
That
in.
was the right call anyway.
14, game point, place 10.
Wow.
First game, 3 minutes.
I mean, Dave, 8 straight points to win that first game. Have you ever seen anything like that against Sampson Hernandez?
Well, we have seen that happen against Sampson here in Vegas. This seems like this is not the place for him. I think he did win one year, but it's certainly, this is not out of the many times that we've been here, he is the greatest player in big ball, 3-wall. It seems like this heat is his kryptonite.
Well, you've heard Sampson talk about it. He said, I want to get that one in Vegas this year because I know I just don't do well there. And it seems to be playing out again. It's like a recurring nightmare. Now, if he loses here today, he'll have won only 1 out of 5 Vegas events. And this is a guy that wins 60% of his tournaments that he plays. So it doesn't really equate, and you can't really explain it because these courts are pretty standard as far as 3-wall, big ball handball goes. You'd think they would suit him, but for whatever reason they don't. Is it the nightlife, the pressure?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of the heat just doesn't do that big body of his well. I mean, he's a muscular guy, should be playing pro football somewhere.
He actually was offered a scholarship to play football at Arizona State.
Yeah, he should be doing something, you know, more physical than playing handball, but you know, he's not. This is the sport of his choice, and I think those big muscles don't do well in this Vegas heat, and the lean guys just really do well. Let's go to Molly Trotter, who has the lean guy, Juan Santos, courtside somewhere. Molly, where are you at?
Hey guys, I'm standing here with Juan. Now he won his 3-wall match just a little bit earlier, and he's actually going to be playing whoever wins this match here. Now, who would you like to play out of the opponents here?
Actually, I feel more confident against Ricky because I feel like I beat him more times, but actually he beat me last year in the simple green, so I think Ricky would be the easiest match for me. But both players are great players, and I've played them both in tournaments, so I'm hoping the best wins, but I'm hoping for Ricky.
Now, if Samson does come out on top with this, how are you going to change your game for that?
My game is going to be the same. Just play smart like I always play. Don't get frustrated if I miss some shots. Just try to move him, try to take smart shots.
Now, you said that it would be easier to play Ricky. You've played him more. You've beat him more. Now, what worries you about Samson's game if you had to play him?
Just Samson has good passing shots and good. His shots are really in good angles. So sometimes it's really tough to get those shots. And if I get him, they're usually easy setups for him. So that's why I'd rather play Ricky.
Great. Thanks, Juan. Back to you guys.
But on the other hand, Samson isn't always the strongest in finals in Vegas, like we said earlier. So I would think that Juan, by watching the way Samson's playing right here, would almost want Sam to play Samson in the finals.
Well, I think Juan expects Samson, like we all do, to turn it up at some point. But it's interesting when you put a player in that position, generally they'll say, I'm ready for either guy. But he was very honest in saying he wants to play Ricky. He'd rather play Ricky.
Even though Ricky beat him the last time they played. And there's a nice shot right there from Ricardo Ruiz in the right corner.
9 consecutive points now for Ricky Ruiz. I know you love what's trending, Dave, and right now it's Ricardo Ruiz trending #1 on ESPN Handball. That should have been an avoidable. I don't know what our refs missed there.
Well, you're bragging about our ref playing every form of handball, yet he doesn't know what an avoidable is. Out of every form of handball, you would probably know every different way of calling an avoidable.
I reported that he plays every version of handball. You took that as bragging. That does end
One plays one.
Ricky's run, though. And, you know, Ricky Ruiz knows handball so well, Dave. He was playing before he could walk, so he knows an avoidable. And he let the ref know in a very respectful way. Oh, my.
Side out.
And Dave, remember, last year at the beginning of the Players Cup 2 season, just about 15 months ago, Ricky Ruiz had to qualify to get into a 16-man field. He was not ranked in the top 8 or even the top 12 at the time. And now here he is, firmly entrenched in that top 4. Ricky Ruiz expecting to have his first baby girl with his beautiful wife, Nancy, November 15th, Dave, is the due date. Samson, a father as well, or just as Ricky will be.
Side out. 3 plays 2. Side out. 3 plays 3. Point.
Ricky overcommits there, and I think he had to because such a big setup, you have to guess one way or the other.
4 plays 3.
Oh my.
Point.
And Dave, did that avoidable change the course of this match?
Well,
the non-call?
Mathematically it has. And I don't know, Ricky was obviously had that momentum, was doing well, and now a complete reversal.
You know, you can't define momentum. It's just something that's happening, and once it's
first time out, Ricardo.
It's gone. It's gone.
60 seconds.
At least that wave of it. We've seen some huge momentum swings, Dave, throughout the day. Remember, it seems like a long time ago, but in the women's semifinal, Danielle Daskalakis led 4-0 in the tiebreaker after winning the second game 15-6. She hits a serve out, and from there, she just completely lost that run that she had.
Yeah, breaking momentum is very important in all sports, and we've seen it so many times in handball that players get emotional for whatever reason, and it ends up being a difficult time. for some of these players to overcome it, and the ones that are able to do it are usually the champions, the victors. And the ones that are able to overcome their own momentum breaks are also the ones
the
that
victors go the spoils. I don't know what that means, but I hear it a lot.
6 plays 3.
Dave, being that we are on ESPN, I will say that the Mayweather fight has gone to the cards. Mayweather appears to have won at least 10 rounds out of 12. So that'll be another unanimous decision.
And another $40 million in the pocket of Mayweather, if not more.
Try more. Oh, beautiful right corner kill there.
That's not an easy shot to make. Now 4-7 is the score.
4 plays 7. Point.
Ricky's left hand has just been deadly here in this match.
5 plays 7.
That's his 9th left-handed kill here. Oh my.
Point.
That inside-out shot right there was perfect. Now it's 6-7.
6 plays 7.
Now Ricky's got the momentum back.
Oh my, what a shot. But
Side
Sampson
out.
plays the carom perfectly off the side wall and just holds his swing long enough to force Ricky to move towards the center of the court.
Eight plays 6.
Great
I
shot.
like that.
Side out.
An amazing shot there, Dave. What control.
7 plays 8.
We have to put a face mask on our camera operator.
Hold it. Seven plays 8.
And remember, Dave,
Side
the last
out.
event held on these courts 2 months ago, Ricky Ruiz eliminated by Timbo Gonzalez
9
in 2
plays
games.
7.
So he's clearly raised his level.
Side
Wow,
out.
nice shot right there from Ruiz, now at 8-9.
Sampson's really got his back to the
8
wall
plays
right
9.
now. Big setup. Doesn't do
Hold
enough
it.
with it. Oh, no. Oh, he really bailed Sampson out there, Dave.
8 plays 9. 8 plays 9.
Wow. Look at the athleticism between these two all together at 9.
9 plays 9.
Oh, that's a
my
nice shot right there from Ricardo. Now the crowd's starting to get involved.
Unbelievable.
10 plays 9.
And this
Side
game,
out.
Dave, is a game of inches, and that ball just checks up
First
on the
time
side
out,
wall
Samson.
and
60
gives
seconds.
Sampson the opportunity to hit the re-kill. That ball could have easily jumped into the side wall and just rolled out, but it didn't.
Now we're all together at 10. Ricky is just 5 points away from making the finals here in Vegas. He was in the first, excuse me, he didn't make the finals of the first year. I thought he was. That was the US Open where he made the finals. It's been a while since we've seen him here. But you can see flashes of brilliance with Ricky Ruiz, and I think he's earning a lot more respect from those that didn't believe that he was a top 5 player, but certainly he's playing like it right now.
Well, he's one of only 3 guys to have won a Players' Cup stop. There's been 12 stops thus far with only 3 different winners. So if you're in that category, you have to be earning some respect, if not a lot of respect.
This is a timeout. The World Three-Wall Ball Outdoor Championships in Las Vegas. Samson Hernandez at 10 serving. Ricky Ruiz at 10, second
Samson,
game.
you have 2 timeouts remaining.
Ricardo wins the
10,
first
10.
one.
Oh, my.
Point.
That's a terrible return of serve.
Really bad. Doesn't need to play it that close to
11
that
plays 10.
crack.
Oh, look at that shot.
Side out.
That's unreal. If you've ever tried to make one of
No,
those,
no,
it really is unreal to try
He
to do
had
that.
to use the wide angle
11 plays
and
11.
just hit it perfectly, and he did. 4 points now from the final. And he didn't move his feet there, Dave, and it cost him, I believe. That
Hold it.
should be an avoidable.
It should be, but the ref
Dave,
will
how
never
is that
call it.
non-avoidable?
Well,
He took the whole court away from him.
It's unreal.
I don't understand.
They just don't
11
call that
plays
in this
11.
sport. I just don't see how a guy running across your shot is not an avoidable.
Side out.
There's the replay.
12
There's that
plays
shot
11.
where Samson, that's actually in the dictionary under the word avoidable. That was not a good shot from Ricky.
Point.
Left it up, Samson takes it and gets another point.
Second timeout, Samson.
Well, it's 13-11 now. Samson trying to make this go tiebreaker.
And it looks like he's going to do just that.
We're in Las Vegas, Nevada, at the Stratosphere Hotel and Casino for the Three-Wall Ball Outdoor Championships. As we have been here multiple years now, this has been the central hub for all things handball, one-wall, outdoor, big ball, small ball, women's, pros, junior, amateur, age division play in three-wall and one-wall, big and
Time
small
in.
ball. Now
Samson,
back
you have 1 timeout remaining.
back into play
Score
here.
is 13 plays 11.
It's just over the short line.
I thought that ball was going to be short when he first hit it. Ricky will get this ball, but he doesn't get back to the front wall.
Point.
And
There's
Ricky's
the 14
let this
point.
game slip away, Dave. A couple of calls have gone against him, but you know,
14.
he's missed some
Game
opportunities
point,
as well.
plays 11.
Ricky's played Samson so much he knew exactly where he was serving there.
Side out.
And Ricky now not out of this game.
Well, he's going to have to score 3 straight points right now to win.
At one point,
12.
he scored 9 straight at the end of the first game and the beginning of the
12
second.
plays 14.
Oh, and that's it. That's what happens. You go
3
for too
minutes,
safe a
guys.
serve, and you're out of the rally.
Well, there's going to be a 3-minute break. We'll have a tiebreaker coming up next to determine who will be in the finals. We want you to stick close for more action here with the World Players of Handball and the Watch ESPN app. For Dave Fink, Dave Vincent here. We'll be back in just a bit. Stick with us.
Rethink what you know about this Vegas icon. Elevate your expectations at the Stratosphere Hotel, Casino, and Tower. See what's new, up, down, and all around.
In 1905, Thomas Beverly Pennock settled out west to start a family construction business. Over 100 years and 5 generations later, T.B. Pennock & Sons continues on today. From our world-class concrete at the San Diego airport to our recovery efforts in New York after Hurricane Sandy, we take pride in what we build, and we will never forget who we build for. We are T.B. Pennock & Sons.
million places you'd never consider texting. So why would you do it while driving? Leave risky driving to the professionals. Stop the texts, and together we can stop the wrecks.
NFC, AFC, offensive linemen, defensive tackles, quarterbacks, and cornerbacks are all living united to ensure the academic success of millions of kids in our communities all the way to graduation day. But that won't happen without you. So take the pledge at unitedway.org. Make a difference in the life of a child. Suit up like your favorite NFL players and become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor with United Way.
And we are back here in Las Vegas for this men's semifinals third game, tiebreaker of the Big Ball 3-Ball Pro Championships. Ricardo Ruiz now serving here versus Samson Hernandez.
Ricardo will be serving first, 0-0.
Wow, that's a really unorthodox miss.
Well, yeah, a strange miss because that's a shot that's his bread and butter. Oh, nice start for Ricky. It takes a lot of confidence, Dave, to take all the speed off the ball
2-0
when you're under pressure. And that's something you can do maybe in practice when you're messing around, but
point.
Terrible start for Samson. Couldn't be any worse. 2 airs and a Ricky Ruiz kill shot. He's down 3-0.
3-0. Point.
Looked like Samson slipped over there trying to get back up.
4-0. Point. First time out.
Dave, I think we're in a bit of a state of shock here.
Yeah, it is quite shocking. Let's go over to Molly Jean Trotter, who's courtside right now, and get her take on what's going on. Molly?
Hi guys, with me right here is Thomas. Now Thomas, we're here, you're saying that you're rooting for Ricky, personal friend of yours. How do you think he's doing here against Samson?
He's holding up very well right now. It's it's pressure, all the marbles on the table, but Ricky's holding up pretty well right now, and it seems like Samson, I think the fatigue is a factor right here, but Samson, he's known to come back. He's known to come back during these games, and pressure is he knows about pressure, so.
And what do you think Ricky needs to do to really put on that pressure to further that fatigue?
He needs to maintain his consistency. He's consistent right now with his shots, and as long as he's consistent without making those unforced errors, I think he'll do well.
Now, how do you think Samson could come and ruin Ricky's game and come take this whole match?
He's got to make those shots. He's got to make those kill shots that wows the crowd, impresses the crowd, and just takes the air out of Ricky.
All right, great. Thanks, Thomas.
Well, Thomas makes some great points there, and Samson is known to come back. Remember, he trailed 7-1 in a tiebreaker last year in Venice Beach. Came back and won that 15-7, scored 14 straight points, and against our #2 player on the Outdoor Cup
And that
series.
super fan Thomas also brought up that crowd factor as well. Once you start seeing these runs from these guys, the crowd starts getting involved, and that really changes everything, especially with Samson. Samson just really working Ricky's right down that wall. Huge mistake there for Samson, and Ricky pushes it out the door.
And Samson put everything he had into winning that rally. He didn't win it, and that'll be incredibly deflating for him.
Well, Ricky could have lost that rally multiple times.
6-0.
And Samson makes one mistake, and Ricky capitalized.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, no. Are you serious? That was a flat mouse. Now the crowd's starting to get involved.
7-0.
We're at 7-0 here in the breaker. Can Labista come back and take this?
Point.
The odds, Dave, the numbers have been crunched.
8-0.
Ricky is a 97.3% favorite to win this match, leading 8-0 in the tiebreaker.
Oh, that ball just clips the side wall. And another flat mouse, that time with the fist.
Make that 98.2% now, Dave. We're crunching numbers as we speak, based on probabilities.
This is the best Ricky's ever played.
He's just feeling it, Dave.
And look at the crowd here.
He's flowing with the ball. Everywhere the ball is where he is.
10, play 0. Side out.
Oh, that crowd would have gone nuts. And that's the first point for Samson Hernandez. That's his point number 1.
First time out, Ricky.
I think a smart timeout here from Ricky.
Yeah, I like
he's going to catch his breath.
He's going to go over to the guys that have been cheering for him, so he's going to sit in that section now. And now you see Ricky being mobbed by the guys mainly from New York. Ricky's made friends with those New York guys, and you can see Timbo Gonzalez, his doubles partner from Brooklyn, giving him words of encouragement. And Timbo always has an entourage, so they're all following Timbo, and everybody's sitting close and giving Ricky advice and just pumping him up, trying to make him stay positive. It's a really good scene here in Las Vegas, watching Ricardo Ruiz here courtside as he steps back onto the court with a little bit of authority and swagger. Yeah, he made a hand error there at the end, but he still has the momentum. Let's see if the Beast can step in and do it right.
Time in. Ricky, you have 1 timeout remaining. 1 plays 10. Point.
And there's another point now for Samson Hernandez. Scoring 2 straight here.
10.
We've seen Samson do some amazing things on this big ball court, Dave.
Oh my goodness. Dave, it's like poker when they crunch the numbers based on what hand you have. Ricky's odds have now gone down to 90.5%.
I think it's much lower than that.
Well, now it's 84.2. Dave, these are based on numbers from what we've seen on throughout the Players' Cup Tour history.
Went back up to 85, 87?
Actually, 91.5.
Oh, wow, that's a big jump. That's a big jump.
11 plays
Could have gone down into the low 70s if Samson connected on that.
I was thinking a timeout and the lower 70s. Uh-oh, this is going to be tough. Samson's only hope is for that ball to click that side wall out there before going out the side door.
I'd say the odds of Ricky being carried off this court after he scores the 15th point by the throngs of fans, 100%.
And he's only 2 points away from getting there.
Second timeout, Samson.
He will literally be carried off this court on the shoulders of his entourage.
I think Ricky's playing so good, Samson's going to hoist him in the air if he wins.
I doubt that, actually. Odds of that, 0.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess when we go to Vegas, it's always odds and points.
Well, you're always trying to beat the house, so you're crunching all the time.
Time is in. Score is 13, plays 4.
And oh, that's an amazing.
That just kisses the top part of that front wall. And Ricky gets another point. Now match point for Ricky Ruiz.
He's just on fire, Dave. Everything that's touching his hands is rolling out.
14, match point, plays 4.
Ricky's going to get mobbed here. And it could be right here. I don't know how that ball made it.
David Topley, Russ Randolph for number 1.
This could be it.
David Topley for number 1.
Look at Sampson's hustle. Dave, down 4-14. I mean, this is over, and yet there he is.
5 plays 14.
Sampson's going to have to be flawless for the next 9 plays. And here it is. Ricky gets it. Ricky gets it, takes down the machine. Ricky gets it, takes down the machine.
And Ricky's looking for Sampson to shake hands.
And this is a mobbing out here. Ricardo Ruiz gets mobbed on the court here as he takes down Samson Hernandez to win the semifinals of the men's pro division big ball 3-wall. And it's really an unbelievable sight here. Courtside as Ricardo upsets probably the greatest player to play this. I know it's early in his career to give him that moniker, but truly Sampson is regarded as arguably the greatest player to ever play big ball 3-wall out here. And it's quite the scene right now as the crowd's still gathering around Ricardo Ruiz. Let's see if we can get him with Molly Jean Trotter right now with a brief interview. Molly?
Well, as you can see, Ricky is definitely catching his breath right now. Now, Ricky, congratulations. You're out there. I think you had a 6-point run there in the 3rd game. Now, what was going through your mind? It was just kill after kill.
I don't know. I was just in the zone, you know. You can't let up when you're playing against Samson. You gotta stay tough on him, you know. Couldn't let up 1 point. I just put my heart on the line. I just went all out.
So what was going through your mind? I mean, you're sitting there, he has a lot of power, but it seems like you're out, you know, running him with speed. So when he was getting down, how did you take advantage of his mental state?
I shot the ball. I went for the kill and I landed him, and it was just my day today.
Now in the second game, it seems like you were up a little bit and then you let up and then he came back and won that one. What was going through your mind to get that 3rd win, to get that 3rd game?
Man, I don't know. I was just in the zone. I was just hoping to get a good start, and I did. I just got a good lead, and I got my confidence from there.
Now, obviously when you won the game, you had your entourage come on you, pick you up on the court. How did that feel?
It felt great. You know, it felt great beating Samson finally. You know, he's just been having my number for the long time, and it felt good just finally beating him. You know.
Great. Anything else you'd like to share?
No, I'm just happy right now. Just gonna rest up and be ready for tomorrow.
All right, congratulations. Back to you guys.
Wow, really, Dave. I mean, we can't really sum it up any better than what we just saw out here. That was an energetic, it was a fun moment. It was neat to see something new happen in Las Vegas as Ricardo Ruiz takes down Samson Hernandez, his old doubles partner, his old buddy. But really, you know, I think you even asked the question to me recently about well, you know, why is Ricky in the top 4? Not, you know, you weren't saying it in a negative way. I don't even know if it was negative. Yeah, the way I put it was. Yeah. But how does he get enough points to get there? Because as you look at what he's done, quarterfinal loss, maybe a semifinal appearance.
Well, he did have a win, though, in his last tournament.
Yeah, true. In doubles, he did. He didn't win
in singles. In Tijuana, he won stop number
yeah,
4.
Yeah, due to a forfeit by Sampson.
Well, hey, I'm just here to
report.
I'm
just saying that, you know, when you look at the record, you're not really seeing a lot of big wins against these players.
Right.
Against the top players. And, you know, he comes out here and he takes down the #1 cup champion. Now, I believe that gives someone like Juan Santos a chance to squeak into the cup points.
I don't think so.
It might. Double points here in the.
I still don't think so. But the numbers will be crunched. Do they play for 3rd place here?
No, they don't.
Okay. Well, so that's a 3rd place finish for Sampson. I don't think Juan can overtake him even with a win tomorrow.
We're going to take a quick break. That was a fun, energized match that we had. We have the men's pro double small ball finals coming up next, and that will also be energetic. That's in less than 5 minutes. Stay close. We'll have more action here right around the corner for Dave Fink. My name is Dave Vincent. I also want to say thanks to Molly Jean Trotter, Chris Garrad, and Linda Manning as well here on Watch ESPN and the Watch ESPN app. We'll have more right around the corner. Stick with us.